Right, question number 31. In a bag there are 84 currency notes. In the denominations 20, 100 only. The total amount of all these currency notes is 4,800. How much amount is there in the bag? In the denomination of 20 rupees. Right. So it is a single step answer actually. If you use reverse method. We want to calculate amount which is in the denomination of 20. Reverse method says whatever we want to calculate, treat that is not there. So we have only two denominations 20 and 100. We want to count 20 rupee ones. So let us assume 20 rupee notes are not there. That means all are 100 only. All in the sense how many? If you have 8400 rupee notes, how much should be the amount? 8400. But how much is the amount given in question? 4800. You got? That means you got more or less. How much more? 3600 rupees more you got, correct? What is the reason for it? 20 rupee notes were converted to 100 rupee notes, correct? If you convert 120 rupees to 100 rupees, how much extra you converted? That means because of 80 rupees extra, overall change is 3600, correct? And now we want to count 20 rupees notes. For 20 it is how much? That's it. 80 becomes 20 divided by 4. 3600 by 4. 900 final answer. Over. Next. That's the most powerful method, reverse method. Two candidates A and B were contesting in a village election. 70% of the registered voters could cast their votes and A received 65% of the total number of votes casted. This line is so important. A received 65% of what? 65% of total number of votes or votes polled? Votes polled. That means votes casted. If the difference between the number of votes received by A and B is 3822, what is the number of registered voters in the village? Let us assume registered voters are 100%. Yes? How many casted their vote? 70%. Are there any invalid votes here? There is no information. So out of this, treat it as X for some time. Treat it as X. Out of these number of votes, winner is getting 65%. Correct? That means the other guy will get. And here we were given difference between votes received by A and B. One guy is getting 65%, the other guy is getting 35%. Difference? 30% of what? This number only? So, 70% of 30% of total number of votes X. Registered voters. Which is equal to 3822. Correct? Out of 70%, what is 30%? 21%. That means this value is 21% only. And we want to calculate. So if 3822 is 21%, 1% is by 21. We want to calculate 100%, that is into 100. Correct? Two zeros are there in the numerator. Agreed? In the denominator, do you have any 2 multiple? If you have 2 multiple, 0 can be cancelled. If you have 5 multiple in the denominator, 0 can be cancelled. So you don't have 2 multiple in the denominator or 5 multiple. So you cannot change 2 zeros. Correct? 1 multiplied by which number ends with 2? That means answer must end with 200. How many such options are there? Right, 2 options are there. So let's calculate those two. Now when you observe these 2 options, if you have one 3 multiple, one non-3 multiple, still you can do it. Ardhamavutunda? Right, but both are not 3 multiples, not multiples of 3. So let me calculate. You know that answer ends with 200. Yes? First digit is 1 only. 38 minus 21. And then 2 we have, right? 172. 172 in the sense, is it 7 times or 8 times? Definitely 8 times. 21, 8 times. 168. You have much more than that number, right? So answer 18,200. Second option. Two taps A and B can individually fill a tank in 18 hours and then 24 hours respectively. Initially only tap A opened and after 5 hours tap B was also opened. How long did it take to fill the tank? Right. So now one tap is taking 18 hours, the other tap is taking 24 hours. Let's use LCM method. Units. Total 72. A will fill 4 units. B will fill. First A is open for 5 hours. So in 5 hours, 5 into 4, that means 20 units of work is done. In how much time? 5 hours. How much is the remaining? To complete 52 units, to fill 52 units, which all pipes are open now? Both A and B. Both A, B does 7 units. So now time to fill this is equal to 52 by 7. This is 7, 3 by 7. If the question is to identify time to fill the remaining tank, be careful here. Time to fill the remaining tank. Remaining tank in the sense 52 units only. And for that how much time is taken? 7, 3 by 7. If it is for the total tank, in the sense you should consider first 5 hours also. Is it about remaining tank or total tank? Total. 5 hours plus 7, 3 by 7 hours. 12, 3 by 7. Followed? Yes, everybody. If the total price of 18 shirts and 16 trousers is 6128, what is the total price of 63 shirts and then 56 trousers? Sometimes we will get the answer. Sometimes answer cannot be determined. If number of shirts, in the initial case, how many shirts are there? And now we were asked to calculate. So what is the proportionality of increase happened here? If the same is there for trousers, then we can answer the question. That means if shirts becomes twice and trousers also becomes twice, answer also twice. అర్థమైందా? ఇప్పుడు ఒక చాక్లెట్ 2 బిస్కెట్స్ కొన్నారు, 10 రూపీస్ అయింది. We don't know what is the price of one chocolate and what is the price of one biscuit. But as a combination, we know that price is 10 rupees. Right? If you take 2 times of the quantity, amount is also 2 times. If you take x times of the quantity, amount also x times. That is what I was telling you. The proportionality increase in shirts is same as proportionality increase in trousers. The same is the proportionality change in the amount also. If it is 2 times, yes, amount also 2 times. If it is x times, amount also x times. Understood? If the proportionality is not same, answer cannot be determined. For example, in this question, apart from 56, if you have any other number, answer cannot be determined. Apart from 63, but the other 56 trousers is same. Instead of 63 shirts, if you have any other number, answer is cannot be determined because it will not match the proportionality increase. Understood? So now what is our job? To identify the proportionality. Using 18, you need to get 63. Both are 9 multiples only. So first using 18, how do we get 9? By 2. What is that? And how much you got now? 9. 9 into how much is equal to 63. That means the operation that you are using is by 2 into 7. Correct? If trousers also approaching the same way, amount also same way. Correct? What is by 2? 7 times. Same proportionality. Amount also same. How much is that? By 2 into 7. Correct? Numerator ends with 7 into 8 ends with denominator 2 into which number ends with 6? Either 3. That means answer must end with either 3 or 8 only. First option eliminated. Third option eliminated. 3 options are there. Yes. Have a patience and observe original numbers. 6128 into 7. That's what there in the numerator. Correct? Do you see any 3 multiple in given numbers? Is 6128 3 multiple? Into 7 we have. Is 7 3 multiple? When you don't have 3 multiples, can your answer be a 3 multiple? Look at your second option. Is it a 3 multiple? Can that be your answer? Eliminated. Use fourth option. Is that a 3 multiple? Is that a 3 multiple? Can that be your answer? No. Eliminated. Fifth final answer. If you have 3 multiples, answer is 3 multiple. We don't have 3 multiples. So answer cannot be multiple of 3. That's what we verified. Usually we will verify multiplication rules for 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Odd number multiplication works for every number. That may be a decimal number or an integer. If you calculate odd number multiplication, that suits. Even number may not satisfy every time. If a sum of money doubles itself in 7 years, what will be the approximate rate of interest per annum? See, any question from maybe profit and loss, simple interest or compound interest. Assume that you are there in the question. If a sum of money doubles itself in 7 years, that means if you give me 100 rupees, I am giving you 200%. After how many years? How much interest you got? 100. In how many years? Percentage per annum, in the sense for 1 year only we have to calculate. So we got 100% interest in 7 years. Per year it is divided by 7. 1 by 7, fractional form, you know it. 14 2 by 7. 14 2 by 7, third option final. Done. If any of you don't know conversions, you must be perfect about conversions. 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, 1 by 7, until 1 by 11. All these conversions in terms of percentage, you have to learn. That should be there in your fingertips. It saves your calculation time in your examination hall. Yes? Whose area is 1764. So you need to identify 1764 as a square of some number. Yes? So nearest square, what do you know? 40 square. How much is that? So now when you know 40 square, how do you calculate next number square? Just tell me the way. You just need to add 40 and 41 both, right? If you know 41 square, how to calculate 42 square? So to this number 41 square, you need to add 41 and 42 both. Yes? So now when you know 40 square, which is equal to 1600, one thing, by using last digit we can identify. Our number is more than 1600. Yes? Okay. And this number is ending with 4, right? Which square ends with 4? Either 2. That means either it has to be 42 or 48. Yes? 48 is closer to 50, right? 50 square is 2500. But our number is far less than that number. So can it be 48? So it has to be 42. Right. So this is one way that how you can think. The other way is from 40 to 41, you need to add 40 plus 41. Am I right? From 40 square to 41 square. 41 square. You need to add both the numbers. Approximately 80. Don't calculate exact. Approximate range 80. So from 41 square to 42 square. Again you need to add both the numbers. Again here also approximately double the number, which is 80 only. 80, 80, 160. That means answer, our value should be nearby 1760, and it is that. Ardhamainda? Right. So this way also you can calculate. So finally, which square is this? That's what I need. 40. Then side of the square is 42. Perimeter of the rectangle is 3 times of it. 42 3 times. 126, which is perimeter, right? That means 2 times of a plus b. Can you tell me what is a plus b value? By 2. How much is that? 63. Okay, right. Next, continue. What is the length of the rectangle? That's what we need to calculate. If the difference between length and breadth is 6, sum is equal to 63, difference is equal to 6, and we were asked to calculate larger number only. Right. So that is sum divided by 2. 69 by 2, which is 40 minus half, 39.5. Sorry. 70, 35 minus half, which is 34.5. Did you understand my terminology? What did I say? 35 minus half. How did I get that? I am assuming 69 as 70 minus 1. By half in the sense 70 and half of it 35 minus half 34 and half. Okay. In a competitive exam, there are 5 papers. The average score of Priyesh in first 3 papers is 64 and his average score in last 3 papers is 85. If his average score for all the papers is 75, what is his score in the third paper? Right. So total how many papers are there? First 3 average mentioned. Last 3 average also mentioned. See, when you have 5 papers and first 3 average and last 3 average is mentioned, what is happening to third number? Is it missing or repeating? If it is number repeat case, which effect do we follow? Direct or reverse? It is direct effect, yes? Right. So now, what is average of all 5 numbers? I'll start, my third number is also 75. What is average of first 3 numbers? Which is how much less than the actual average? 11 less. Like that 3 numbers are there. That means 11 into 3, 33 less. You said direct effect or reverse effect? That means minus 33. Because it is less, I am subtracting. Next 3 numbers average is 85. Which is how much more than the actual average? 10 more. Like the 3 numbers are there. That means 10 into 3. 30. More or less? Direct effect plus. What is this effect? Minus 33 plus 30 minus 3. 75 minus 3 over. In case Milo Everena, any of you have not followed my averages classes, probably you will not understand this method. But I can't explain you the other way. That doesn't mean that I don't know how to do that. Okay, so that method won't give you answer in less time. So I generally don't recommend that method. So nothing can be done. You'll have to bear with me. Follow my classes for some more time. Probably you will be habituated. A wheel makes 19 revolutions to cover a distance of 4598 meters. What is the diameter of the wheel? Okay. So now, assume there is a wheel here. If you keep a black mark here, if you rotate that wheel, now at some point of the time or at some place on the ground, you can see the black mark here on the ground. Yes? So when you rotate that wheel after some distance, again you will see the black mark. Agreed? Agreed? Tire undi kadamma, ఆ టైర్ కి ఎక్కడో ఒక దగ్గర కలర్ అంటిద్దాం. ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ చేసి టైర్ ఆట ఉన్నాం అనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ ఒక మార్క్ కనపడుతుంది, తర్వాత ఇంకొంచెం దూరం తర్వాత ఇంకొక మార్క్ కనపడుతుంది. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద గ్యాప్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్ కార్డ్? That is distance. Yes. What is the distance equals to with respect to tire? Circumference. Correct? So distance between those 2 marks is called circumference of the circle. Like that, a wheel made 19 revolutions and the distance is equal to 4598. Yes? This much distance it covered in how many revolutions? Per revolution, in a sense, divided by 19 only. And you said this is equals to circumference. What is the formula? But were you asked to calculate radius or diameter? Because you know that point, diameter is the question. So I'll assume my circumference as pi d. Is that okay? So that means d is equal to pi goes to right hand side. That means 22 by 7 goes to the other side and becomes into 7 by 22. Agreed? Yes. Numerator ends with? Denominator ends with? 8 into which number ends with 6? Either 2 or 7. Yes? That means answer must end with either 2 or 7 only. Go to options. Go to options. Only one. Final. Done. Over. A milkman diluted 63 liters of milk with water. The percentage of milk in the solution is now 70%. How many liters of water did the milkman add? When I read the question, immediately first what I'll observe is, what is the quantity that we want to calculate? Milk or water? Amma? What is milk percentage? Then what is remaining? What is 30? Water only? That means we want to find out 30% value. Should be a multiple of 3. Can it be first? Can it be second? Multiple are there, come back. So now how much is the quantity of milk in the given in the quantity of milk given in the question, which is equal to 70%, right? Then 1% value in the sense divided by 70 only, right? And we want to calculate 30% value. 0 0, you don't have to worry. 7 9 times 9 3s 27, third option final. If there is only one 3 multiple available in options, you don't have to simplify this step also, you don't have to write it. Are you following? ఒక 1 month తర్వాత మీ మైండ్ సెట్ ఎలా ఉండాలి అని అంటే, ఇదిగో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఈ స్టెప్ వేసి చెప్పబోతున్నాడు అని మీ మైండ్లో ఒక పిక్చర్ రావాలి. ఎస్, I guarantee definitely I will change that. మీరు నా రేంజ్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి నా రేంజ్ ఇట్లానే ఉండదు కదా, నేను మళ్ళీ డెవలప్ అవుతా కదా. ఎస్, A started a business by investing 32,000. After 4 months, BC joined him with an amount of 26 and then 18,000 respectively. If they earned an annual profit of 62,928, what was B's share? Right. 3 zeros are common investment. Right, investments 32, 26, 18. A started from the beginning, is there till the end, 12 months. B and C are there for 8 months. Cancellation with 4, 3 times, 2 times, 2 times. Now cancellation with 4, 8 times. 2, another 2 from here, 13 times. 2, another 2 from here, 9 times. Understood? 8 3s 24, 13, 9. Total how many parts are there? 46 parts. Total profit is 62,928, which is divided into 46 parts. Then one part value is this much. And we want to calculate B's share, which is 13 parts. Correct? Numerator ends with, denominator ends with 6 into which number ends with 4? Either 4 or 9, correct? Answer must end with either 4 or 9. Second eliminated, fourth eliminated, fifth eliminated. Yes? Now option is either first or third. Observe only those two. Is there any 3 multiple in one number and other is not a multiple of 3? Is your first option 3 multiple? Come on. Yes. Is your third option 3 multiple? Now come to our numbers. Let's see our numbers. If answer has to be 3 multiple, answer is first option. Otherwise it is third option. Yes? Right. Now, in 13, do you have 3 multiple? In this number, 62,928, do you have 3 multiple? Yes? Answer must be 3 multiple. Because denominator is not a multiple of 3. In the denominator we have 46, which is not a multiple of 3. But in the numerator we have 3 multiple. Agreed? So you cannot cancel that 3 multiple which is there in numerator. Answer must be 3 multiple. Hence it is first option. Followed? The census officers provided the data regarding chances in population of 3 major towns for 3 years. Population of town A was 1,80,600 in the third year, and it increased 5% and 7.5% in second year and third year respectively. Population of B. So far, let's see. We have complete data about town A. How many years are there? 1, 2, 3. Which year population is mentioned for town A? Third year. How much is that? 1,80,600. Correct? Now, from first year to second year, what is the percentage increase? From second year to third year, 7.5%. So now, if you want to use a method, traditional method or so, first year let it be population X. When it increases by 5%, it becomes 105%. Understood? Second year to third year, it increases by 7.5%, then it becomes 107.5%. That is this much, which is equal to 180,600. If you simplify this, can you calculate X value? By somehow you can calculate X value. That means first year population you can write, initial population. After getting this number, when you increase it by 5%, can you calculate second year population? Can you do that? But is this the right approach to do in the examination hall? Why? Can't you increase the value by 5%? Can't you increase any value by 5%? Any value by 5%. చేయలేరా? చేస్తారు కదా? First year value తెలిస్తే second year easy. But to get first year value, this is the simplification required. Here it takes time. Yes? Yes or no? మీరు క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేశారా? చేయకుండానే చెప్పారు టైం టేకింగ్ అని, అవునా కాదా? దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సిక్స్త్ సెన్స్. That is called sixth sense. You don't have to calculate it, but your mind will say whether it takes time or not. And you simply follow the same. So now, I don't want to use that method. And I just can't write any blind number over there. There has to be some simplification. Yes? So now what I'll do is, first year to second year, 5% increase. Second year to third year, 7.5% increase on increased number. First year 5% should be increased on initial number. Yes. First year to second year 5% should be on initial number. Agreed. Then you got increased number. And from second year to third year 7.5% increase happened on increased number. Increased number. Yes. So now is this simple interest concept or compound interest? Yes. What is first time? Second time? So can I approximately treat both together? It is 12.5%. Practically is it more than 12.5 or exactly 12.5 or less than 12.5? More than 12.5. But still, for the simplification purpose, I am assuming it as 12.5%. Is that okay? 12.5%. When you listen this word, what is the value that came to your mind? 1/8. So after 12.5% increase, the number is 1,80,600. Agreed? Now, our initial number must be definitely less than this number. And it should be ideally a round figure. Round figure in the sense should include more number of zeros. Can you tell me any number which is less than 1,80,600, less than this number, and should be a round figure? And from this number to this number, we need to check approximately 12.5% increase should be there. Guess that number. 1 lakh? 1 lakh? 1 lakh? Cheppandi tarvata ravatla. I am not expecting right answer. I am expecting answer. Both statement is different. I know that number. 1,72,000. Round figure Raja. 70 na 72 na 170. Yes? Okay. So now somebody said this as 1,70,000. 1,70,000. Yes. Based on your number, see, I am not giving you answers. First of all, I generally don't give answers for any question. I will give the approach. If you tell some number, what is the next step that should come to your mind? That is what I used to give. I said it should be less than 1,80,000 and round figure. Somebody said 1,70,000. And from here to here, there has to be 12.5% increase, which is 1/8 only. The moment when I start calculating 1/8, I am starting with 2. 17/8 కదా వచ్చేది. ఎంత వస్తుంది? 230 start అవుతుంది. Yes, that means we are adding 20,000 and some other number. That means we won't get 1,90,000 here. So our number should be more than 170 or less than 170? Less than? Tell me some other number. 160. 160. What is 1/8 of this number? 2,000 kadu 20,000. How much is that? 20,000. When you add 20,000, is that number approximate to our number? Hence, that is the right one. Now increase 5% of this number. 10% is 16,000. 5% is 8,000. When you add it, it becomes 1,68,000. Now you don't have to verify 7.5% increase here. You don't have to do it. Because this simplification we already tried with 1,60,000. That's how we calculated 12.5%. Yes? ఇప్పుడు ఇది 7.5% ఉందా లేదా అని కొంతమంది అనుమాన పక్షులు ఉంటారు. వాళ్ళని జీవితంలో ఎవ్వరూ బాగు చేయలేరు. అర్థమైందా? రైట్. నెక్స్ట్, టౌన్ ఏ all 3 years data is cleared. Next come to town B. Population of town B increased by 25% in the second year. If it is increasing in the second year, it is increased from first year to second year. Perfect. And in the second year, it was equal to 150% of population of town A in first year. A in first year, how much is the value? And now you need to increase the value by 50%. To get 150%, we need to increase it by 50%. What is 50%? 80,000. Increase it. 2,40,000. That is population of town B in the second year. Correct? From first year to second year, what percent got increased? 25%. In first year, if it was 100%, second year it becomes? That means they are in the ratio 4 parts in first year, 5 parts in the second year, right? If 5 parts is 2,40,000, what is 1 part? 48,000. 4 parts in the sense double only? 48 double. 96. 96 double. 192. And you know that how many more zeros you need to write? 2, 3 or 4? 3. Perfect. First year data is also there. Continue. After taking population control measures, town B succeeded in controlling population as growth rate and then antam percentage ఆ నంబరా రేషియోనా యావరేజా ఏంటి? పర్సెంటేజే కదా, ఆ క్లారిటీ ఉంది కదా, రైట్. సో ద గ్రోత్ పర్సెంటేజ్ ఇన్ థర్డ్ ఇయర్ వాజ్ half that of previous year. Previous year, how much was the percentage increase? 25. And now it becomes half of that number. Yes? What do you mean by 25%? 1/4? Again half of that? 1/8. So now upon this number, 1/8 should increase, right? What is 1/8? 30,000 increased. 2,70,000. Yes? Next. The area of town C is 1,250 square kilometers and the population density for second year was 250. Growth rate for town C was 100/9% and 10% for the second year and third year respectively. Okay. So now we don't have clarity on word density. Population density is calculated as total population by total area. Yes? Right. From this, can I write total population is equal to density multiplied by area? Yes? How much is the density? 250. And how much is the area? 1,250. Population in the sense product of both the numbers only. So now I want to multiply both. So 1,250 into 1,000/8. 1,000/4. Because 250 we can write it as 1,000/4. Now 4 3 times 1, 2, 0.5 into 1000, that means 3,12,500. Yes, 3,12,500. In which year? In which year? In which year? So now 3,12,500. From first year to second year, what was the percentage increase? 100 by 9 percentage. Here it is. Growth rate for town C was 100 by 9% and 10% for second and third year respectively. Yes? What do you mean by 100 by 9%? 1 by 9 only? Fractional form, 1 by 9. So if the initial number is 9 parts, 1/9 should increase. That means 1 should decrease, and second year it becomes 100 by 9% ante 11 1 by 9% ante fractional form 1 by 9. ఈ రామాయణం అంతా అక్కర్లా. న్యూమరేటర్లో 100 ఉంది, అది ఫిక్స్. అది 100 ఉన్నప్పుడు యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు వరీ అబౌట్ ఇట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద డినామినేటర్? So this is equal to fractional form 1 by 9. Yes? What is the denominator? So now, if the first year population is 9 parts, 1/9 should increase. 1 part increased. That means it increases by 1 part, becomes 10 parts. Got it? Second year to third year, what percent increase? 10%. What is 10% of that number? 1 part. 1 part increased. That is 11 parts. Yes? First year, second year, third year. Right? Out of those 3 years, which year population is given to you? Second year, which is 3,12,500. Yes? And using that, we want to calculate 9 parts and as well as 11 parts. So now, 1 part is the difference. 1 part is the difference. Top and bottom. 1 part is 10% of this number only. So right hand side also I'll subtract 10 percentage. I'll get first year data. Add 10 percentage, you'll get next year data. Understood? What is 10%? 3,1,2,5,0. Let's subtract it. Last 3 digits. 500 minus 250. Amma? 250. 2 minus 1, 1. 31 minus 3, 28. 2,81,250. 2,81,250. Yes? Now, to get next year, that is third year data, we just need to add 10 percentage, which is 3,43,750. 3,43,750. Once you have these details, you can answer all the questions. Yes? So in this set, every question is easy or simple, but the 45th question, 45th question is time taking one. 45th question is time taking. When you read the question, you can understand that. For the third year, if 3/8 part of the population of town A are not above 20 years old, that means below 20 years only. 33% of population of B town are below 20 years and 70% of the population of C are above 20 years old. How much population of 3 towns are above 20 years for third year? That means for every year we have to calculate percentage and you need to add these numbers. All the given numbers are 6-digit number. And upon that, sometimes you need to calculate 80%. Sometimes you need to calculate 33%. Yes. Or 67%. For town B. Third year kada, sorry. Manam C తీసుకున్నాం. ఇది కాదు. This is the third year. On A, 3/8 population of town A are not above 20 years. That means below 20 years are 3/8. Then what are above 20 years of it? 5/8. So we need to calculate 5/8 of this number. Need to get that one. Next, 33% of the population of B are below 20 years. And how many are there above 20 years? 67. So upon this number, we need to calculate 67%. Next, 70% of population C are above 20 years. Direct 70%. 70% of this number. If given options are, given numbers are 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, if they are round figures, then conversion becomes so easy. But all are non-round figures. Getting those respective percentages takes time. This is not tough in terms of logically. It is simple in terms of logical, but time taking one. Ardhamainda? If these type of questions comes in examination, what do you need to do? Skip. Mark it for review and skip. Okay. Finally, at the end of the session, if you have any 2 minutes left or 1 minute left, you can come back and see the question. It is not that you can't understand the logic. You know the logic and you know the procedure also. But it is time taking one. Yes? If suppose all the options are ending with different numbers. If all the options are ending with different numbers, then yes, probably we can verify last digit verification. That becomes again simple. Won't take much time. But all are ending with zeros only. So there is no other way. You have to calculate. Okay, now. Chalo. 46. The respective ratio between x and y is 7:8. If x is increased by 20%, y is increased by 12%. What is the new respective ratio between x and y? Initial ratio 7:y. I don't change it. First one, x increased by 20%. That means it becomes 120%. Second one, increase it by 12%. That means it becomes 112%. Correct? Yes? Right. This is what we need to calculate. Now, when I see this, when I write this number, I felt this as interesting one. 5 multiple. 0. 3 దాకా పోతున్నాం. Last digit చూస్తే సరిపోతుంది కదా. 5 multiple కదా అనేది. Yes. Do you have 5 multiples in the denominator? In the denominator? No. That means your first number in answer must be a 5 multiple. Can it be first? Second? Third? Fourth? Yes. Fifth one? 2 options are there. Agreed? So now, when you observe third and fifth, first number is same 15 each. There is a change in only second number. One is 17, the other is 16. You just need to identify whether it is even or odd. Yes? Antena? 8. 15 times. Correct. In the denominator, do you have even number? In the numerator, do you have even number? That means your second number must be third eliminated. I used only simple logic 5 multiple and 2 multiple. By using last digits itself, we can identify the answer. Yes. Preksha spent 2/9 of her monthly salary on groceries. 25% of the remaining. Wait. Let me take initial salary as X. She already spent 2/9, right? Let me calculate what is remaining. 7 by? Right. So now I know the remaining. 25% of the remaining on buying jewelries. And the remaining. Stop. If 25% is over, how much is remaining? 75%. You can write it as 3/4. Now we got the remaining. Remaining salary, she invested in mutual fund and stocks in the respective ratio 8:7. I don't want to write anything. Let me continue. What is her monthly salary? That is the question. If she invested 9968 in mutual fund, we were given amount that was spent on mutual fund. Correct? That is one of these two in the ratio only. First is mutual fund, then stocks. Yes? Total how many parts are there? Out of those 15, how much is spent on mutual fund? That means 8 out of 15. This is the money which is spent on mutual fund, which is equal to 9968. Correct? 3 how many times? 5 times. Stop. You need to calculate X value, right? That means all the leftover left hand side numbers. Be careful. Every word is important. All the leftover left hand side numbers goes to the other side, correct? In the denominator, left hand side, do you see 9 multiple? Left hand side numerator, do you see 9 multiple? When this 9 goes to the other side, that comes in numerator or in denominator? Answer must be, come here. Can it be first option? Me banda no. 8 plus 2, 10 no. 3 plus 5, 8. Sum 18 no. Yes. Can it be second option? Can it be third? Can it be fourth? 6, 3, 9 వదిలేయండి మిగిలింది చూడండి. No. Can it be fifth? Two options are there. When you see these two, last two digits are different. Now what do you need to apply? Last digit, LD, last digit, x is equal to 9968 into 9 into 4 into 5, 20 divided by, చేయండి అదేమన్నా ఫోర్త్ ఫార్ములానా, 50, రైట్. న్యూమరేటర్లో 0 ఉందా? ఆప్షన్స్లో కూడా 0 ఉంది కదా, 2 ఆప్షన్సే కదా మిగిలింది, అందులో 0 ఉంది కాబట్టి ఐ విల్ ఫర్గెట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ 0 because options are having zeros. Now tell me numerator ends with, denominator ends with 6 into which number ends with 4? Either 4 or 6 or 9, sorry, either 4, that means answer must end with either 40 or 90, right? Now come here. Yes. If there is only one 9 multiple, you don't have to even solve this. Okay, now Mayuri and Suyash started from the same place at the same time, are at a distance of 218 kilometers after driving for 4 hours in the opposite direction. If Mayuri's speed is 2.5 kilometers per hour more than Suyash, what is that Suyash's speed? Okay, right. Mayuri's speed is 2.5 more than Suyash. So difference is equals to 2.5, correct? In what direction they are moving? If they are moving in opposite direction, relative speed becomes S1 plus S2 only. What is the distance that they covered while traveling in opposite direction? While traveling in opposite direction, what was the distance that they covered? 218 kilometers. In how much time? Then per hour in the sense divided by 4 only, which is equal to 5 times 4 times 0.5 times. So 54.5 kilometers difference. 54.5 kilometers is the distance that they cover in 1 hour while traveling in opposite direction. When they travel in opposite direction, relative speed is S1 plus S2. Understood so far? What's the question about? Suyash. So that is smaller number or bigger number? Smaller number. How do you get smaller number? Difference by 2. Difference is 52 by 2. Answer 26 kilometers per hour. Third option. What? How many kgs of rice costing 42 rupees per kg mixed with 32 kgs of rice costing 70 per kg, so that there may be a gain of 15% by selling the mixer at 66.70 per kg. So they clearly use the word mixed. What concept do we need to use? Alligation mixer, correct? So now, do you know this rule where when you are using alligation and mixer, first 2 numbers and mixer, these 3 values must be of same kind. That means if you are using percentage, all 3 must be percentages. If you are taking cost prices, all 3 must be cost prices. If you are taking selling prices, all 3 must be selling prices, correct? 42, what price is this? 70, what price is this? 66.7, what price is this? So either you have to use all cost prices or all selling prices, correct? There are 2 cost prices and 1 selling price. So better to convert selling price to, right. How much is the profit made? That means 66.7% is equal to 115%. Agreed? 1% value is equal to divided by 115. And we want to calculate 100%, that is into 100. Yes కాదు నంబర్ చెప్పండి అంటున్నా. Use your sixth sense. Will it take time or not? Time or not? Don't do this. That doesn't mean that don't use allegation. I said don't convert selling price to cost price. I said all three can be cost prices or all three can be selling prices also. Yes. So let's take selling prices now. Mixer selling price is 66.7. But for first value and the second value, first item and the second item, we know the cost price, but we want to convert it to. And mixer is raised by what percent? So our first two values also should increase by 15%. See, when you are taking cost prices, that means 100%, 100%, 100%. First item 100%, second item 100%, mixer 100%. Yes. Now the mixer is 115%. You know that. I'll take 115% of the first variety, 115% of the second variety. Adding 15%. Is that easy or time taking? Come on. First value 42. 10%. First. 5%. Total 6.3. Add it. 48.3. Yes. Second number 70. 10%. Half. Both 10.5. Add 80.5. Forget about decimals now. Because everywhere there is only one number after decimal. Correct? Now take 805 and 667 difference. 805 is how much more than 700? 667 is how much less than 700? Then difference is 138 only. Okay. Now difference between 667 and then 483. 483 is how much less than 500? 667 is how much more than 500? 167. Then sum is equal to 184 only. Now you need to identify the ratio here. That means cancellation is involved, right? I told you many a times, observe the difference and go with that. 138 and then 184. What is the difference? Again, 138 is how much less than 150? 12. The other number is how much more than 150? 34. 34 and 12. 46. 138 is how many times of 46? If it is 3 times, obviously next one is one more time extra. That is 3:4. Correct? Now we were asked to calculate quantity of the first variety. Avuna kada? How many kgs of rice costing 42 rupees? That's there the question. That means 3 parts value we have to calculate. 4 parts value we know. How much is the quantity of second variety? That means 4 parts is equal to 32. What is 1 part? 8. 3 parts. For fifth option final. Followed? Average marks obtained by Suyash in Hindi, Math, Science are 53. It was later observed that his marks in Hindi were wrongly calculated as 54 instead of 45. If all the marks were out of 100, what was his actual aggregate percentage? So now, every subject is for how many marks? With respect to 100, marks or percentage, both are equal, right? Other than 100, if there is any other number, you have to calculate percentage. Avuna kada? With respect to 100, number or percentage, both are equal. Okay. Now, what is initial average? Something wrong went, right? And we need to make it correct. That means to this we need to add something, or from that you need to subtract something. Now identify what exactly happened. Wrongly calculated as 54 instead of 45. Original are 45 but taken as 54. That means did they take more or less? To make it correct, do we have to add or subtract? Subtract. How many marks? 9 marks. What is 53? From average you can subtract only average, right? But 9 is just a number of marks, right? Now you need to convert into average. Average for how many subjects? then divide it by 3. 3 subtracted from 53, which is 50. So 50 is average mark. That you need to convert into percentage with respect to 100. You can directly convert into 50 to 50 percentage. If it is any other number, then one more step is required. Yes or no? Right, how much is this one? 25 12 times. Come on, 300 minus 864 by 24. Let's go with cancellation. 3 times 72, 144. 6 times, which is 36. Plus 71, right hand side number comes left hand side. Minus, that means we need to subtract 1 odd. Subtract first 100. How much is left? 200. Again, you need to subtract 7. Answer 193. Yes, under root of 5 into, what is this value? Into 40, because already 5 is there. I want to write 40 as 5 multiple, because that will be easy for me to take that number outside. Ardhamainda? 5 into, because 180 is here, I would like to convert 32 as 8 into 4. So inside bracket we have 5 square, 8 square, 2 square. So when it comes out, it becomes 5 into 8 into 2 is equal to 4 into x. Yes? For how many times? 2 times. Answer 20. Understood? When you see that x is there in the right hand side, along with x into 5 is there. First let me take that 5 to left hand side, it becomes 1 by 5. Yes? Right. 15.5, I don't want to use decimal, so I will write it as 31 by 2 into 28 divided by 16. Is that okay? Is that okay? ఇది మొత్తం బ్రాకెట్ రాసి by 16 వేసిన 28 by 16 వేసిన ఏదైనా ఒకటే కదా. రైట్, మైనస్ 123 by 24. దేవుడు 2 కళ్ళు ఇచ్చాడు కదా, ఒక 0 ఇంకో 0 పోయినాయి కదా, చాలు ఇంకా ఇదే కదా ఆన్సర్. ఎనీ టైమ్స్ 7 అండ్ సో ఎల్సిఎం తీసుకోవద్దు. యాక్చువల్గా ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి అని అంటే, ఈ స్టెప్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ 16 ఉంది, అక్కడ 24 ఉంది, రెండిట్లోనూ కామన్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ 8 ఉంది. అక్కడ 8 రావాలంటే 2తో కూడా క్యాన్సిల్ చేయాలి, కాబట్టి ఐ విల్ రైట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ 7 by 8. ఇక్కడ 8 రావాలి అంటే 3తో క్యాన్సిల్ చేయాలి, కాబట్టి ఇది 41. అర్థమైందా? 1 by 5. డినామినేటర్ ఏంటి? ఎంత? అంతేనా? లాస్ట్ డిజిట్ 6. 21 minus 4 17 by 5 into 8. 8 ఎంత? 22. అంటే ఎంత? 4.4. లేదా 22 కనపడిన వెంటనే ఆన్సర్ ఏమవ్వాలి? 11 మల్టిపుల్ అవ్వాలి. ఒకటే ఉంది, ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్. Over. Now observe where is x? In the power for 13. Yes? So in the left hand side, I just want to see, do you have additions or subtractions involved? In the left hand side, do you have additions or subtractions involved? All are multiplications and divisions only. So I just want how many 13 powers are there in the numerator and denominator. Along with 13, I don't care what other multiples are there. I need only 13 multiples because my question is for only 13. Yes? If additions and subtractions are involved, you need to simplify everything, because after taking some number common, no one knows, you may get 14 minus 1 inside bracket. Again, you may get one more 13 here. Yes? So after taking some number common, you may get 10 plus 3. That means you may get 13 multiple. So you need to identify exact answer if additions and subtractions involved. You can directly consider only powers of 13 if only multiplications and divisions involved. I have explained you the logic. Yes? 2 and 6. power 1 by 3. That means you need to identify it as a cube, right? Which cube is that? Do you have 13 here? Forget about it. Base value 26 can be written as 13 into 2. Is there 13 multiple there? Forget about 2. You have only 13. Power, I need only that. Into 13 in base. 13 into 3. 3 we can forget about it. 13 power 4 divided by. This entire value comes in denominator only. Observe base values. Do you have 13 multiple anywhere? So do you really need to worry about it? Answer 13 power 8. 8 is my final answer. Apart from 13, what multiples are there? I don't care. I don't need them. Understood? Right, 104 minus 21 into 16, 448 cancellation. Can I write 448 as 480 minus 32? 480 minus 32. 480, how many 16s are there? 30. 32, how many 16s are there? 2. That means 30 minus 2 times 28 times plus 1013, which is x square, right? Let me verify last digit verification. This is ending with minus plus 7 minus 8, 9. If x square ends with 9, x must end with either 3 or 7. Look at your options. 3 options are available. 3 options are there. Yes. So there is no other way we have to calculate. Let me add both the positive numbers, which is 11, 17. 1117. Avuna. 21, 28 times. 28, 20 times, which is 560, plus one more time, that is 588. Is that okay? Instead of 588, subtract 600, add 12 later. Subtract 600, 517, add 12 later, 529. Which square is this? 23 square. Yes? Yes, I'll stop here for today.